The FV4202 is one of those tier 10 mediums that sacrifices a lot to have its own little niche in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, what is so special about this tank? Well, it's the gun, the L7B. It has 231mm of HESH penetration with 440 damage per shot, giving you an effective damage per minute of 3,850 if you are running calibrated shells. That is actually insane. And that means that you can just butcher enemy mediums, heavy tanks, or tank destroyers if you get the sides or rear of them. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much DPM the FV4202 can output. However, it is HESH. And that means that if you manage to miss your shell just by an inch and it hits any spaced armor, or really anything that's slightly angled, it will definitely suck, and it won't penetrate. Sure, you'll deal like 100 damage per shot, but in retrospect, you could have just shot a medium with, standard ammo or a heat shell with any other medium, and you would have dealt at least 300 damage. So there are big downsides with the FV4202. It's fast, though. It goes 60 kilometers per hour, and not only does it go 60 kilometers per hour, but it carries 10 degrees of gun depression. But the real issue, in my opinion, of this vehicle is the turret armor. It's 196mm on the front. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that this is a flat turret. If it was angled, sure, that'd be great. If you're looking at like an Object 907 turret that is sitting at like 208, but it's all rounded, then it's great. But it's not. It's a big boxy turret. I mean, you can see it's all flat on the front. So that means that if enemy tanks are aiming at your frontal part of the turret, they just shoot really anywhere and they penetrate every time. Sure, there are times I've had ricochets off the roof, but it's very rare, and any skilled player knows that you just aim at the gun and you penetrate every single time. This is where we come into the point of today's video, where the title comes into play. And here it is, the Centurion Action 10. This tier 10 British tech tree medium is very strong in World of Tanks PC, but it's definitely lost its strengths over the years. I remember watching Quickie Baby's video about a year ago on this vehicle, and he definitely said that while it can get some good games out, it's definitely fallen behind. I kind of think of this like the AMX 30B on PC, where it's strong, but it doesn't really fit in against the other super strong tier 10 mediums of its current branch, and that's why it is definitely not one of the most played, or even close to one of the most played tier 10 mediums in PC. Now, do I think that this will come into the game? There's a pretty high possibility, but I think that it'll come in as a collector. We all know how wargaming works. Whenever they see a possibility to monetize a vehicle, they jump full ahead at that, and they make a lot of money off of it. Good example is the Concept 1B, and this vehicle, just like the Super Conqueror, I have a feeling will be a collector. But if wargaming does make it a tech tree vehicle, will it replace the 4202? We've had a lot of rumors of vehicles being replaced. Both of the Russian mediums, the Object 140 and the 6D2A, people have said will be replaced. No, they are not going to be. And when it comes to the Centurion Action 10, I do not think that this will replace the FV4202. Yes, it did replace the 4202 in World of Tanks PC, but that was like 7 years ago. This is not World of Tanks PC. We're playing in Blitz, and wargaming does different decisions in Blitz. The 4202 is a popular tank. It's a fine tank in Blitz. I don't see it being removed anytime soon. But I do think that this will come into the game eventually. So if you wanted this tank in the game, well, yeah, I do think it will come in. Maybe not within the next year or so, but it probably will enter testing as a collector or something like that. Now, I do think this is a very nice looking vehicle. You can see here, gun depression wise, you can get that upper plate to be 283. And if you angle it correctly, it can be very, very strong, that upper plate, upwards of 300mm, even using heat shells. That's pretty strong, 337 thick. So yeah, I do think that the Centurion Action 10's got some very good upper plate armor, and when it comes to the turret as well, it's much, much stronger than the FV4202. It still does have a lot of cheeks here and there, but at least it's better than what the 202 has in Blitz right now. So I'm excited to see this vehicle come into the game. It's got some pretty decent side armor. As you can see, it's angled, so you can get some nice bounces on it. But I can't really voice anything on when it will come into the game, because I am not the fortune teller of Blitz. I can't tell you things like that, so this is all just speculation. But FV4202, is it a good tank? And would it be removed? As I said, no, it won't. I think it's actually a pretty strong tank. It's just that it's such a weird playstyle. Whenever I play the 4202, I basically play like the biggest wimp you've ever seen. I am a pussycat when I play this vehicle. Now, why is that? Well, as I said, it has no turret armor, and that's not great. Even the side armor on this vehicle is quite bad. The hull is great. You can get a lot of bounces. It's super steep, and it's steep enough that it's actually over, no joke, 300mm thick on that upper plate. Every AP shell that's fired at it will actually bounce, as long as you don't hit the lower part of the upper plate. But yeah, that's something that is nice about the vehicle. Very troll on the hull. You'll see me sometimes stick it out to try and bait a shot, but you do have that weak lower plate as well, so you got to be careful when it comes to the 4202. We got the FV4005 that snapped me right in the turret. Again, you can just see where the turret does not work. If this was another medium, 907, or really any other medium that has decent turret armor, I wouldn't have been penned there. Even a probably Object 140, I wouldn't have been penned in that shot. But yeah, that's just the issue. And you'll also notice, man, does that gun have a long aiming time, doesn't it? It's one thing that I personally do not love about the 4202 is just how long it takes to aim in. Now, we've got the enemy T-92. Let's aim in a shell on him. There you go. 455 damage. I mean, it is ludicrous that 2 shells pen him at 800 damage. That is just the great thing about this vehicle. Now, I had this E5 aiming at me, and I basically realized that he was probably just going to pen me, so I'll fire a standard shell into him, take off another 300 hit points there. I don't want to be hit by that T-92, so I'm angling the vehicle, and he fired, so boom, another nice Hesh, another 450 into that guy. I mean, you can definitely see where this tank is great. I'm going to watch this Yag Tiger fire. What that means is, boom, Hesh shell into the lower plate. Oh man, 630 damage there. And now we've got like this T-92E1. I took a shell from him purposely because I knew even if this E5 were to hit me, that I can easily clear this guy with a Hesh shell. It's not going to struggle to pen him, and boom, there you go. Hesh goes right onto his tank, finishes him off. And now we're over 3,000 damage. Our team's doing pretty decent. But now I'm going to try focusing on the guys off to the side. Look at that bad aiming time. It's not great. For 0.29 dispersion, it's just, I don't know. I don't love how long it takes for this gun to aim in. I really wish Wargaming would just make the gun a bit more accurate. Yeah, right into the wall there, aiming at that waffle. That's a bit of a shame. Now we're going to aim it on the roof of this Object 907. Fire. Oh, God. Well, that's 2 for 2 misses. Maybe we'll get a connecting shell eventually. All right, let's aim it again. Aim, and fire. Again. No, not again. Alright, well, we're trying our best. We do have the waffle here. I'm going to load in a Hesh shell. Finally, we do manage to connect a shell. We're down almost 10 Hesh shells into this battle, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to load in a standard shell for this final shot. Boom. There you go. Waffenträger is taken out. We're at 3,600 damage dealt this battle, and we got 2 tanks left. We got the E5 and the enemy FV4202. Now, I'm a one-shot, and I don't really want to play with this E5 all too much, so trying to think of what I want to do here. I know that E5 is going to try and shoot at me, so being a bit cautious, I'm just waiting here, just waiting. I can see that E5 purposely aiming at me, so I'm waiting for him to turn his turret. Still waiting. Man, that guy is a real boner for me, doesn't he? Finally, he turns his turret to the side, he shoots my teammate, and we fire a shell at his lower plate, but oh my god, again, that terrible gun. I don't know why this gun trolls me so much, but it really does. I did notice the E5 shot, though, so we're just going to shoot a standard shell into his side. Don't want to risk it with the Hesh. And there you go. We're over 4,000 damage in this game. So even though we haven't done much in this battle, we have done quite a bit. And here we go. We got that FE4005 and nice Hesh. So, sure, this battle didn't do much after this, but we still did 4,300 damage in a battle that really didn't seem like I did all too much in it, right? I mean, that's just what the 4202 does, is there's battles where you feel like you've done absolutely nothing the entire game, but in reality, you're easily over 4,000 damage. Now, in this battle, we're up against some pretty good people. We got a 4PEX player, we got a BLM player, and a Nova player, and the BLM player is running, I think, like the top 8 clan camo thing, so I have to be quite careful against them, but I played this battle well, and because of that, we were able to win the battlefield. They have an advantage on the mobility. They have a 907, they have an E50M, and yeah, my FE4202 I feel like is not the best counter to those types of vehicles, and as well, I think the grill pushes this way. And because of that, my team, which pushes all of their vehicles to the other side, that FE2 and 5B does come back, thankfully. When they end up doing that, they have a massive tank advantage on the heavy side because there's 3 vehicles over here dealing with us. So, yeah, that's pretty good news. So what are we doing? Well, I noticed somebody's capturing base A, but really not much is going on right now. I'm just waiting. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? I was like, I don't really want to push this. I just wanted to spot whoever was in base A. So there you go. Nice detection. We also got the Object 907 who shoots at my lower plate or something. He might have just ricocheted off my upper plate. Yeah, I don't know why that guy did that. He could have shot my turret, especially for a top 8 player. I don't know why he did that. But either way, he is over there having fun. And while he's doing that, I'm trying to think, okay, what do I want to do? Well, we got the E50M off to the side, and that's the guy that I want to clear. E50Ms can be very troll when it comes to Hesh penetration, though. I'm currently not detected. My Foch is spotting that guy, so I'm going to push up. Come on, let's go. Speed is key. Now, I know that 907 can't spot me because I'm behind the ridge, so I'm going to push off to the side of this guy. He's not looking at me, so boom! Nice Hesh shell into his vehicle, and yeah, that's got to hurt. That was a 450 damage slap into his tank, and again, another 400 damage slap. He's taken 358 hit points off of me. I've taken off double from him. That, I don't know where that didn't pen, honestly. I aimed that well, it said it was a pen, and Wargaming just said nope, so that kind of sucks, but we'll just fire standard ammo into his vehicle. we're up on hit points. That is what I did not understand about this E50M, is that this guy was playing aggressive even though he's down on hit points. I don't know why he pushed me. I mean, sure, I'm running Cali, and I probably have less DPM than him, even if he's running... Oh my god, and he missed, which was kind of sad, but there you go. And we got a really lucky bounce from that grill. That guy just kind of had a bit of a skill issue there. So we're going to penetrate that grill in the lower plate. He's not running Spall Liner, so there you go. Nice penetration there. And I'm just trying to bait a shell. Beautiful, he misses again. Oh, another shell into him. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to push up. Speed, speed, speed. I don't know how my Foch managed to bounce that, but I out-reloaded the grill. We finished him off, and would you look at that, we are at 3,208 damage in this battle now. We have turned what looked to be a pretty dire consequence battle into a pretty good one. Hopefully this Foch pens the shell. Come on, my god. He doesn't. Well, that kind of sucks. But right now I'm thinking, okay, well, what do I want to do? Well, let's get a penetration into the side of the 907, and now we're just going to stay a little bit calm, a little bit collected. Hello, good sir. Let's get another pen into your vehicle. And at this point, well, I figured he was going to push me, so I was just trying to wiggle, bounce the shell. No, he goes right through my frontal armor. But there you go. That is the FV4202, a very, very nice tank. So you can get out some absolutely fantastic things when it comes to the battlefield with the 4202. We did another 4,000 damage game here. Now, the Hesh didn't really help me much. You'll notice that I didn't shoot much Hesh, and really it only helped me against that E50M, and we even messed one of them up because of RNG moments. But hey, our team's capturing the bases very, very well. So even if that 907 were to do some nasty things, there's no way this guy is winning against 3 base captures. So I say nice in the chat. And there you go. Pretty nice battle when it comes to the FV4202 again. I was able to hold off the enemy, clear an E50M, and yeah, I'm quite happy with that, especially because that E50M was not a bad player. He did play that a bit bad, I'll be honest. If he had face-hugged me, I would have been in a really tricky scenario, but because he didn't face-hug me, he just let me get a free farm on him. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, with that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!